Welcome to another episode of Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse. As you can see, the raised beds no longer have much in them, and Gretchen's here to tell you all about it.
Yeah, we've pretty well been focusing on winterizing, getting ready for the winter and putting everything to bed. But part of what we do, so part of that is to have kind of a fall crop in here of greens and things. I don't see my spinach coming up yet, but there's a couple other things coming up.
Yeah, you've got some radishes, I think that is.
No, I don't think that. I think that, well, I also planted another kind of greens, and I think that's what that is. And I think maybe this is the radish. I didn't mark the rows. I should have, but oh well.
That's all right. Where are we headed next?
Well, next, should we go to the pond and take a look at the new pump?
Yeah. It's not the pump on the main waterfall. It was the pump on the small waterfall that gave out. There it is right there. And I also cleaned filters for the winter and some of that kind of stuff. Installed that red thing out there is a water tank heater. It keeps the pond from totally freezing up and causing problems with the pump.
Next, we need to winterize the rain barrel. And over here, we've got just a good solid garbage can that we put under our gutter that drips. And the reason we did that is twofold. In the winter, when the ice melt or snow melts on top of the house and drips down, if you didn't have the rain barrel, it causes an ice patch, which we both have slid on, unfortunately, on our bottoms. The other thing is I like to collect the rain because the house plants really prefer rainwater. So we use this for the house plants in the winter. So this is our little gadget here, and we just put that down in there. And then we
and I'll bring the cable out.
Plug it in over here and turn it on, and we're good for winter.
Okay, we'll take care of that and move on to the next item.
Okay, should we check out the greenhouse?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, let's take a look at the dahlias out front here and see how they're doing.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe I'm going to have to wait another couple of days.
Before you dig them up and get the bulbs. Yeah, you got to wait for them to be frozen off, and we haven't really been frozen off yet.
Well, I want them to look dying, and they're still pretty healthy looking. It must not have been as cold last night as we expected. But what I will do is we'll dig up all these dahlias, and then we take the tubers and wash them and clean them and put them in, we dry them, and then we put them in brown paper bags in a cool spot, about 40 degrees. It would be ideal. So probably down in the cellar.
Okay, so we'll do that at a future date because it's not quite cold enough yet.
Yeah.
All right, now we're headed to the greenhouse, right?
Yes. One task we'll have to do before the snow flies is to take down all of our sunshades, because we won't need those this winter.
Well, actually, you want the solar energy in there to keep things warm.
That's right. And it is pretty warm in here, considering it's only about 50 outside and it's 64 in here.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's 39 outside and 64 in here. Well, it very definitely feels different, doesn't it?
It does. It feels really good. Well, we've been quite busy since the last time.
We tore all the stuff out of the garden, and I brought in this pepper plant that I wanted to save. And
but it's all looking pretty good. If you remember, this was the house plant that I said was sick. Yeah. And you can take a look. And
it's got new growth coming, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's coming along. Yep. These that I did, I'm not real excited about how they're doing. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get anything.
Never having done them before, we just don't know. But it looks to me like they got something going out there. I don't know.
Well, that's this part of the stem that we stripped off.
Okay.
I was a little hesitant about that, and I may go ahead and get a cutting. We still have time to do that if I do that today. So there's the greenhouse. But let's take a look in the sunroom and show them what we've done in the sunroom.
Yeah, you've done a couple of changes there.
Yeah, September is a good time October is not only a good time to close down the garden and so on and so forth. It's a good time to start working on your house plants. So let's go take a look.
Let's wander in there and work on that.
I've brought in our cover for our doors. This is not, the doors are not winter doors. They're just inside doors. So what we do is we put in a piece of styrofoam, and then I made these covers, and we'll be hanging these later to block out the cold. And that's a real heavy.
It's a very heavy quilt that Gretchen made. Beautiful.
So we hang one there and one there.
We've got two of those and 2 blocks of styrofoam, and then the styrofoam's covered up with the quilts that Gretchen made, they're heavy, very nice.
Then the other thing is we've been transplanting and moving things around, and this is a peace lily, and it was not doing well in the pot it was in, and I think it was because there wasn't enough water retention in there, so I put it in a bigger pot, and it's happy. You can see already it's getting some new growth.
Right. No, I really, really like these new pots that you got over here, so you can tell us about them and the one in the middle.
Yeah, the new pots we got, and the avocado was not doing what I would like, so I chopped it off and put it in here, and with any luck, it will sprout and be beautiful. We'll see. Then this plant is our lemon, and I've been struggling with the lemon. Something's been going on with it, and I get these, it must be a bug of some sort, but it's just leaving these little spots. So I've been treating it, but it doesn't look like aphid, and yet it gets sticky like it were aphid. So yesterday I washed all the leaves, and I drenched it with an organic systemic stuff that's supposed to help, and then I also sprayed it down real good with detergent and water. So we'll see what that does.
Okay, well, then over here at this empty one, which is going to end up having something in it, right?
Yes.
And
originally I was going to put this plant here in it because it needs to be repotted, but I don't think it's going to be big enough to counter the avocado, so I'll probably buy a plant to put in there.
Well, that's it, everybody. Actually, this is going to be our last regularly scheduled episode of Gretchen's Garden and Greenhouse for this season. We may do an impromptu one here and there if we run across something we feel needs to be shared with all of you. Otherwise, we'll start up again in the spring, and hope you all have fun with your gardens and getting ready for next year. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.